Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problem 3. The problem is, for a two-port network, measurements are made and observed as below. The first question is, with output terminal pair open, a voltage of 100 volt with 0 degree through the input port resulted in I1 is equal to 20 with an angle 0 amps and V2 is equal to 25 with an angle of 0 degree volts. So here you see we are having a two-port network, and in this two-port network the output terminal pair is open. So you see this is the diagram. We are having a two-port network and the output port is open. And what about the input port? You see here a voltage of 100 through the input port. So here the input voltage is 100 with 0 degree. And it results in the current I1. I1 value is 20 amps. So 20 amps here. This is your I1. And V2, this creates some voltage V2 which is equal to 25 volts. So here the voltage V2 is nothing but voltage across the output port. So here it is 25 volt. Understand? Okay, this is your amps and this is your volt. So here the thing is, find the Z parameters and write the loop equation. So with the given things, we have to calculate the Z parameters. So as a first step, write down the basic equation. So in this thing, you can clearly understand, right? Only because of this input voltage and this current, there is some voltage across the output port. So obviously, here, what about the value of current I2? The value of current I2 is 0 because here this side is open circuited. So when you make I2 0, what about the expressions? Here the expressions will be V1 is equal to Z11 I1 and V2 is equal to Z21 I1. So here when you rearrange, Z11 is nothing but V1 by I1. So in this diagram, what is V1? Even you can write it, right? V1 is equal to 100, 0 and I1 is equal to 20 with an angle of 0 and V2 here is 25 with angle 0. So now just substitute the values. So V1 is 100, 0 and I1 is 20, 0. So when you substitute here the answer is 5 ohms because here we are calculating Z11. Now next is V2. V2 is Z21 I1. Therefore, Z21 is given by V2 by I1. So here what is V2? V2 is 25 and what is I1? It is 20. So this gives the answer 1.25 ohms here. Now proceeding with the second part of the question. You see here the input terminal pair is open. Here the input terminal pair is open and the same voltage is applied to the output terminal pair, which results in I2 20 amps and V1 40 volt. Now the question is clear, right? Now input terminal pair is open. So the same voltage, that is 100 volt, is given to the output side and the respective current is 20 amps and the voltage at the input side is 40 volt. Right? So now just again draw the diagram and make everything clear. Now we are going to calculate Z12 and Z22. So here it is clear, right? The input side is open circuited. So what about the current I1? I1 is 0. So when I1 is 0, V1 is Z12 I2. So Z12 is V1 by I2. What is V1? Here the value of V1, that is the induced voltage, right? That is, sorry, not induced voltage. Voltage at the input port is 40. So 40 divided by the value of I2 is 20. So here the answer is 2 ohms, right? Not 20. Here it is 2 ohms. Now what about the value of, that is Z22? Z22 is V2 by I2. V2 is 100 and I2 is 20. Now the answer is 5 ohms. So when you write it in the form of equation, here V1 is 5 I1 plus 2 I2 and V2 is 1.25 I1 plus 5 I2. So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.